One of these it'll all be over. It'll all be over. And we won't have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry no more.
Welcome back to another Total Exposure for the Culture Show. My name is Jaisha.
We're going to be talking to some independent artists and finding out about their journey. You can get some advice
always supporting, and we've got a special guest, as Jai mentioned. So, Kira.
Two different artists.
Stand up, not standard. Forward, not backward. Yes, and ladies don't see that. You know that I feel ya. That's your
Hey, welcome.
Hi. How?
I'm good. I think that's what you said. You broke up a little bit. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm good.
damn.
Welcome, everyone. We apologize that we are 10 minutes late this week. You know, sometimes with these live shows, you have a little bit of technical difficulty, but we are here.
Yes, we are.
Exposure for the culture.
Another week.
I'm wishing on gems.
Okay.
I'm Ms. Chromes.
Cindy.
And I'm Jaisha. And altogether we make Total Exposure. As we said, we're so happy to have you here another week. If this is the first time you've been to our channel and our space, welcome once again. If you could just do something kindly and like this video, subscribe to the Black Ice TV 7 channel and share it. Send this video to someone who might be interested. And yeah, we've got some dope artists, as we do every single week. We always speak to great people. We've got a great co-host who's going to be on the show with us today. And then we have our jam down session with Butch Cassidy, which is around 10 o'clock. If you want to hear some music, you want to hear great conversations, and you want to see beautiful women, stay tuned.
I have a question for you today.
Yay! I love the question.
So, which word goes before vest, beans, and quartet. Which word goes before vest, beans, and quartet?
Hmm.
Um,
Whew. Quartet. Beans, did you say?
Say that again.
Was that beans, like baked beans?
Yeah. It's
I'm
all the
gonna
same word though.
I'm gonna say I would say baked, but baked vest and baked quartet doesn't sound right. So,
I don't know,
does anyone in the comments who is watching today, do you guys have a clue? Anyone? No. I give up. Selma.
I don't know what to tell you.
String vest, string beans, string quartet.
I'm dead.
Obviously.
You
No.
know, I thought I'd make it difficult this time. Got to come back strong with this because we haven't had one for how many weeks now.
So true. And you know what it is? When it gets to 9 o'clock, my brain don't be functioning as good as it does at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Let's not start with that.
But
Well,
yeah,
oh, you're welcome. I'll make sure that I bring another hard one back next week.
Definitely. We like it. Yeah. Cindy,
Hi.
co-host for this evening. We love our co-hosts.
Yes.
Yeah,
So our co-host this evening is Flash the producer. He has been in the industry for like over 15 years now. He has, when he turned 21, he literally owned his first studio. So props to you, Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, he's worked on projects with artists such as Getz, Lady Shiesty, English Frank, Big Tobes, and many more up-and-coming artists from South and East London. He's also worked with Zadi, Drew Miller, Dark Dams as well. And he's actually someone that I know who's genuinely a hard worker. And he literally, I just want him to come on the show. Let's bring him on. Let's bring on Flash. Let's just bring him on.
Whoop, whoop. Flash.
Whoop, whoop. Flash the producer.
Flash.
Oh, I'm on.
Hey.
How's everyone doing? Thank you for having me. Wow.
No, thank you for coming on. We love having a co-host on the show. It always switches up the dynamic. We like hearing a different perspective. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking the invitation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Your resume sounds extensive.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like either you've been in the business a while or you haven't been in the business for a while, but you grafted really, really hard and everything blew up real quick. So which one was it? I know you've probably been grafting from the get-go, but
it's grafting. I've been grafting for a while, still behind the scenes, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of one of those things where I just fell into it from a young age. And then I started, you know, shadowing and working with a lot of people who were in the industry. And I was just, you know, behind being that little engineer apprentice and stuff like that, you know, picking it all up. And then over time, I just kind of started producing from school age, and I carried on with that passion. And we're here today. Like, I don't know. over time, I mean, obviously I worked on projects with artists, Cindy mentioned, and you know, some of them are still ongoing, some of them, you know, there's things to come, you know. And obviously, again, like loads of people, they ain't heard about me because I'm more behind the scenes, but you know, now I'm kind of pushing myself forward, as a kind of what producer artist as they do these days, you know, like you know, and showing, you know, trying to showcase the talent behind the scenes. So yeah.
Question: how do you feel like, in terms of when you started to now, the talent in the industry has changed? I see a difference, and obviously we have to move with times, but what's your perspective on that?
See, I'm an old school guy. Like, yeah, it's a lot different. Now artists don't really. I mean, they just go with the wave. And where before, back in the days, it was more about creativity. You know, like your own talent, or like it doesn't matter how different you are as an artist. People appreciated you for your talent. You know, for your music and whatever content you're trying to bring out. Now it's more like, yeah, everybody's trying to jump on the wave, you know, so it's kind of like easier for everyone to kind of blow, like as long as they sound like somebody type of thing. Like the signature is not really there like before. So yeah, there is a big difference. And you know, as a producer, I've seen it over time working with different artists. You know, I've seen how everyone's developed over time. You know, it was a bit more raw back then. Now it's very glossed over, auto tune and everything. You know, so yeah.
Do you have a roster of artists that you continually work with, or does it change as time goes on? So do you have like a set group of artists under your wing, or that come back to you time after time?
Recently, yeah, but like my background in music, see, I'm from Angola originally, so it's a Latino feel that comes from behind me, like that. That's what my roots is. So I worked on my early days. I worked a lot with Portuguese artists here in the UK, and some of them are now in Portugal doing big things. So you know, and yeah, still working or on some projects with some of them, one or two. And then in terms of the English industry, recently there's a certain group of people who I've kind of started collaborating with through actually through just mutual friendships, I guess, with Philip Timothy, who is a clothing designer and he manages artists as well. So with him, it started working with a lot of these artists who I'm working with today. So like Zardis, Dark Dams, Drew Muller, Big Toes, like yeah, just loads of different artists I'm working with. And at the moment, there's projects being made, you know, behind the scene that will come out soon, you know. And yeah, I would say yeah, there's a selection that I work with at the moment with. Yeah.
I like that.
That's wicked. Also, you know how to play instruments, don't you?
Yeah.
How does that help you with your production skills? Because everyone has an advantage if you can play an instrument.
So before I started producing, I was playing steel pans.
Oh.
Yeah. Steel pans, piano lessons, drums. I tried to learn the guitar, never got to that yet. But yeah, no, it helps because obviously for me, I listen to a variety of different kind of music. So from classical, rock, pop, urban, anything, you know. You can play me Maroon 5 and then you can play me Gets, like I'll listen to it and I vibes off everything. Music's music, you know, and you know, it gives you a different kind of energy. So yeah, I mean,
how important do you think it is then to be, as a producer, to be that eclectic and listen and be able to pull from different types of music?
That is important to me. That's key. That's actually quite key because if I can only listen to one type of music and then just produce, then I'll be like that tunnel, that kind of one channel producer, you know, is only
They're
mastering. Like, I
typecast.
can cater.
Yeah.
This opens me up to everyone internationally, you know, and that's what I target is international music, you know, commercial music, international music. You know, I don't just go with the UK sound, like I go with my sound. You know, I'm a unique producer, I feel. So so yeah, no, it's important for me to have that from all music, really.
See, I was having a debate like that earlier on in the week, but I just didn't feel like the person who I was talking to could understand what I was talking about. Like, you have to be able to listen to a whole range of music to one, know what's current, what the next sound could possibly be that you could create that could be the next biggest thing. And like, I always listen to the old classics for samples. So like the debate was like they didn't like the whole, like they don't like drill and they don't like overly sexualized music. And I was just like, okay, but we grew up on slow jams. So it's like we listen to that, but it's I more listen to the beat than the lyrics half the time. And that's with drill. I love the bass in drill. I don't like the words, but some of the catch lines are in there that I went, woo, that's quite catchy.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting what you said, Gems. Like, it's interesting to know what catches people in music. Like you said, you listen to, like for drill, you listen to the bass. You not really listen to the lyrics. So it's interesting as a producer. How do you make your music? How do you come up with making music? Do you sit down with artists and you listen to what they've written, what they've come up with, and then make music? Or do you make music and then an artist then goes on top and does their thing? Like, how do you best work?
Oh no, like majority of my music, I've made it from my own, you know, creation, you know, like just all the influences from what I hear.
Yeah.
You know, I go in with different ideas off that, and I'm like, you know what, actually I can make something like this, you know, and I start working on it, and then that would then give me an idea of what kind of artists I would want to put on that beat, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So then yeah, once the beat's done, yeah, show it to one or two and be like, okay, what do you think, you know? But it's
I love that. So have you ever sat down with an artist and made a track based on what their vibe is?
Yeah, I have. I don't mind doing that as well because, to be honest, although I'm creative, I like hearing other people's creativities as well. And I like, you know, collaborating, you know. So like an artist I work closely with at the moment, Dark Dams, me and him, you know, we be sitting down and he's like, Phil, I need something like this, like, you know, like this, you know, and he's coming up with all of these ideas and I'm like, all right, yeah, you know, we're gonna lay that down. So yeah, I mean, it's both sides I like, I enjoy, you know, and it's important. So yeah.
Well, that's great. I love that. Well, we will catch up with you throughout the show. We've got some dope artists that are set to come on very soon, and Total Exposure is one of them places where we like to make connections and links. We like the plug, and especially when we have artists on and we have producers on, we always say, like, if you're feeling each other, then, you know, once you've had the show, hook up and do something together and, you know, continue doing what you do. Yeah, so we will continue to ask you some more questions throughout the show. Guys, again, if you're just joining us, thank you. Please like this video, subscribe to the Black Eyes TV7 channel to get all your notifications. If you're not currently following us, go over to Instagram and type in @TotalExposure UK. Follow us right there. Keep up to date with what we have going on. Guys, you don't want to miss out on what we have going on because we've got some stuff coming for you all. We're excited about what's coming for you guys. So the only way you're going to be able to keep up to date is by following us on Instagram, following us on Facebook, which is Total Exposure UK. or if you are creative or you know someone who's a creative, get them to send us an email. The email address is info@totalexposureuk.com. Cindy, let's get our first artist on.
Yeah, so our first artist goes by the name of Yezi Yezza.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Woo!
She is a female rapper, all right, hailing from Southeast London. Her infectious flow and cheeky punchlines she used with her timeless style with audiences over the art of storytelling. Okay, I'm super excited to have Yezi Yezza on. She's also created a buzz with her current single Double Double, and with her latest single Trendy, talking about the grittiness of her real life. So without further ado, let's bring on Yezi Yezza.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Yezi
Oh.
Yezza.
Yezi, Yezi,
Are you in?
Are you
Are
in?
you here?
Oh,
She's not here.
She's not here at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thought she was here.
Oh,
That is cool. We have our second artist backstage at the moment. Yeah, well, let's go with our second artist first.
no problem. So, our second guest, who will be coming on now, goes by the name of Phoenix the Icefire. All right, he has basically built a dedicated fan base here in the UK, and he's worked with many artists in the hip hop scene. Let's bring on Phoenix the Icefire so we can get to know him a bit more and hear some of his music.
Woo-hoo!
Ooh.
Phoenix!
Hello?
Hey.
Yo,
What you saying, you cool?
what's happening?
Hi,
Love, love,
welcome.
love, love, love. What you saying?
All
Love
good,
the
all
energy
good.
already.
Welcome.
Jeez.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Nice to meet you ladies too, man. I love what you're doing, man. It's all about platforms, man. It's all about platforms. Thank you for doing what you're doing, man.
No,
Just
we
don't be
agree.
discouraged. Just keep going forward, sisters, man.
We
You
appreciate
too,
that.
brother.
Thank you.
So, Phoenix, tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I've been in the game for like 11 years now. I've worked with people like Keith Murray, Cormega. Much love to Cormega, man. People like Tragedy Gaddafi performed with people like Pharoah Monch, Immortal Technique, Big Daddy Kane. Shout out to my brother Black Chronicle, who's been there every step of the way, every show. I got nominated for Best Album of the Year this year for an AIM Award.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, man, it's been a journey, man. It's been a freaking journey. I'm a part of a crew called Triple Darkness as well. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of Triple Darkness, man, but we've got a big, massive following, man. They call us like the UK's Wu-Tang, you know.
That's nice.
Sword swinging.
Yeah.
And stuff, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You sound like you're doing bits, Phoenix. You out there doing bits.
Most
Yeah.
def, man. Most def. I got a comic book company as well, man. Sovereign Comics. Shout out to Sovereign Comics, man.
Hey,
Really
Ooh.
makes sure, my boy Steph Bound,
yeah, that's
my
dope.
brother, you know what I mean?
No, we love that. We
That's
love that. You sound like you've been grinding hard and you've been in it for a little while now. 11 years is a long time to be doing music. So what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated to stay in it?
Well, you know what? Yeah, at first, music. I would say like music. It saved my life, man. I know it sounds cliche, but you know, all this energy I had and everything that I was going through. Growing up in South, my dad passing away. You know, it just being a bit mad in the streets, people running up in people's yards and stuff. I had the energy I had. It was like I either create something or I destroy something or someone. And if I never had that outlet, like I don't even want to talk about what would happen. But it's like with that energy, I've been able to create. I think it's very important for people out there, young ones, man, having an outlet. Everyone having an outlet, because you will either destroy or create. That's how it is, you know. whether it's you destroy someone or you destroy yourself. At first it was like cathartic, you know, to just get the energy out, to kind of vent. And then after I started doing a lot of shamanic work, like working with like ayahuasca, different, you know, power plants and medicines, and just doing a lot of spiritual cleansing and healing. Decided that, you know what, a lot of people are taking in my music really deep, man. Taking it in really deep. And you know, my music, it needs to actively be trying to help people in their day-to-day life, man. So that's really what I'm about right now with my music.
That healing power.
Yeah, positive music, man. That's what we need.
It is definitely. I like that. I like that you've literally been going on. You found music as an outlet, and there's not a lot of people who can say that they transition their life to, instead of going down one road, taking a different route. Like you saw that you could have been going the wrong way and thought, nah, I'm going to do this. So like props to you, especially going through what you went through and losing your dad. Like that takes courage to say, you know what, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something different with my life. And you've continued. You stuck at it 11 years later. You're still here.
Still there,
things. So props to you, Phoenix. Big props to you. Shout out to you.
Love, sis. Love, sis.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let you go into your first track. We want to see you perform. We want to hear this music now.
Yeah, man.
And bring that fire. We want to hear it.
Yeah. What? I kick off then, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Judgment Day, yeah.
Judgment Day.
Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Yo. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Me and Nipsey Hussle would have got along. I cried tears of pain, I'm like, oh God, we're all talking here, we just lost a real one. Self-hatred, ancients, impatience, and the love and hate for Caucasians. When the sex is up, we get racist. Better set us up for conversation. Repatriation, conversation. Afraid we'll break the back, but I ain't waiting. Empires built, the sky is blazing. Who died, killed behind maces. They got the iron will, the pride of Satan. But it ain't color related, and no shades you face hatred. You better keep your guard up before you rise in greatness. Keep your eyes on faces. These days get shaken, realizing this matrix faking. I praises to my ancestors who fought and died to be a patriot. Salute your queens outrageous. To reach the mate, all my people go back to JA when the UK raised us and raped us for our culture blatant. It's judgment time, and all of the world would feel it. None shall escape what's coming on. It's judgment time, and all of the world feel it. None shall escape what's coming. Yeah, we need peace and love. We're eating off the side where we beat the cups and these are done. They want to take the line of freedom, run the man that see the wrong and heed the tongue. Cause the heating up the deepest guts made for the richest, but we're sleeping rough. It's like Judgment Day is breathing up and the leak on the right, hell high healing comes. Until my sleep is done, I want progress. Let's hate the self for more justice. Don't shut the guy you can boss with. You can work with him or we can work with you. You can build together if trusted. It takes time and patience, discuss this. Who else can understand that you suffered? I've had enough of this. I can't quote join the war for Great Britain. Build it in the chest of strong black women. Brought in the carnival, love the sport. Dancing to their age, food and we share our traditions. Imagine your grandparents on a plane kicked out from a place they were given. Years of ungratefulness and that breaking neighbors, she won't be forgiven. Yeah, man. Next one. Let's get into it.
Hey, let's get into it. Yes, next one.
Don't doubt yourself, yeah? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, yo,
Look deep in yourself, look in your toolbox, cause everyone has a gift, you are the one to watch. Just pick up yourself like pimpin', we're headed for the top. I get it, you're scared to fail, so now you're feeling lost. The press heavy on your chest like bench weights. Bet that someday you regret you never had faith. If in your mind you were winning, you're there halfway. Beginners are in the competition, even last place. Better than ever trying to deny that you're great. Lying in the earliest grave until you pass away. And even if you fall down, we all make mistakes. It's just lessons and blessings, don't hesitate. Getting impressive as you stand like a damn legend. They don't believe you, tell them once, and you keep stepping. Wait, do it for yourself, don't ever forget it. It's your life, it's your dreams that you keep precious. You gotta share it with the world now, spread the message.
I tell myself I don't wanna make it. Any opportunity I'm gonna take it.
Nice.
I was just thinking about you, brother. Yo, that's it. Yo, feeling my brain, I'm sitting in space. Lost, looking for hope, time taken away.
Forgetting all of my
Blessings
blessings.
hard to celebrate. My things stay the same, it's hard to animate. Yes, myself, but tirade the mind state. Still I must move, I gotta anticipate. Trying to bet my faith in life the right way. One day, all of my efforts will make a change. That breaking the note in the corner store. Feeling the pressure setting in, I'm feeling evil. All entrepreneurs and lives, sports, more rides. Firefly, we ride, we grab the ball by the horns. When the snakes start coming, you better mold the lawns. Because I've been carrying people until my shoulders torn. Kryptonite in my cup, token is my applause. Cut by the shots in my neck, I need to transform. Don't die yourself. Just believe yourself, rise up. Just rise up. You gotta believe yourself and get to
I tell myself that I'm gonna make it. Any opportunity, I'm gonna take it. Don't ever doubt yourself, no. Just look inside and let it all out. Yeah, you're growing in time, you'll know. Your soul will reveal your flow. Take it on, take it slow. Yeah.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
How many tunes I got left?
Phoenix,
I
that was
love
hot,
my
mate.
set.
That was nice.
If you can fit another one in, you can get another one in.
Another one in, yeah. All right. Hey. All right, this one's called Dark Rainbow Light. Yo. Whatever you do alone, it gives height. Whatever you do together, it brings depth. The truth in mankind, a man can't accept that we're all here as one, that we share one breath. The breath, it twists the mind like a Rubik's, dark like Anubis, where divine rulers deeper than samples from drug users. Thug shooters like the ones who love and care losers. Sweating like Tamascale threads, this lost future. Self-hatred that is strong enough to crush Luther like astronomers plotting stars beyond the illest future. Packaging pain for the consumer. My city living shamans of work, inner wealth like Mansa Musa. Plans to move to Cuba, God hands can take me sooner. I stand at obelisk in the face of all confusion. I talk with ghetto slang, what's the way that I walk? Graffiti sprayed on the walls of hieroglyphs of my thoughts. Burn the bush sacrilegiously as history taught. Pissy floor, spiral staircase up to my dorm. I'm politicking. My street physicians I can endorse. The kind of sister that rather leave it stiff like a corpse. Be in prison, the one to send me up in the source. I got conviction, but not the thing they give you in court. Yeah, check it one time. It's the Dark Rainbow Light. Husky Brown, shout out to Husky Brown. New Dawn Records, Receptor Records, Reebok, Strange Neighbor. Yo, my fly forgot to take. Yo, Daddy makes dough.
Divine calligraphy, they want to dress me in robes of infamy. Souls that enter me are purified, not an end to me. Cold for centuries, stones for cemeteries, for late greats like Gaddafi with gold. Put an end to territories, one Africa continent with just liberty. Twist the herb in these memories is how we left this deeper motif to blow your mind out of your sheets. Go deeper than Shabala in the sun is my heat. Rather, I've seen many things you'll only see in your dreams. Everything full circle, bring it back and repeat. Breathe in, breathe out. As I balance my cheek, Malachi raised me on the sacred square. Now I'm a peace messenger from the heavens as I'm stepping. I breathe. Wooden fire in my right hand and ice in my reach. It wasn't me. It was only God decided I speak. Dark rainbow light shining from my heart to the streets. Now it's the dark rainbow light that come from the soul. Thug angels rise, wings made of gold. As I held my flight, forgot to take hold. I pray you bless me twice. We all gotta go. It's the dark rainbow light that comes from the soul. Thug angels rise, wings made of gold. As I held my flight, forgot to take hold. I pray you bless me twice. We all gotta go. Shout out to my boy Stefan, man, my brother Black Chronicle, Triple Darkness, my whole team.
Fire.
Fire.
Love.
Phoenix.
You know, if you got any tracks to send us, please send it over to DJ Book so we can spin that.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
No, it's mad, right? It's mad because a lot of the time, Cindy is our main person, part of our team who corresponds and brings on the artist. And sometimes I like to do my research, and sometimes I like to be surprised. I want to see what they come with when they come on the show. You, my brother, your talent is whoosh, God, out there. Like the consciousness, the lyricism, how you articulate yourself, like, brother, mad. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I think we should do a cypher, and you've definitely got to be on that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Crazy. And it's mad because we haven't had anyone like you on the show. So we always like when we have someone different, someone who's brought something fresh, and you kind of like brought me back to, you know, the old school rap. Like I thought, like I'm a Nas lover. I thought about them kind of guys when I'm listening to you, and I'm like, yeah, bring that back, man, bring that back. I love it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You'll enjoy the album, man. Get the Panacea album. It's streaming on Spotify, all digital platforms. Panacea. And my other album, Cinematic. You know, check that out.
Do it, guys. So, give us your plug. Where can everyone find you on your social medias and your Spotify?
If you type in at Phoenix the Ice Fire on Instagram, just type in Phoenix the Ice Fire in any digital platform you're on, you will get me. Go check out Panacea. I've got it out on vinyl with Receptor Records. I've got it out on all digital platforms with New Dawn Records. I got Cinematic that has just come out. I released 2 albums this year. You know, go and get Cinematic. I got it on vinyl with with Reworld Records, and it's out on digital as well.
Panacea, guys. There it is on Spotify.
Yeah. Listen to it from start to finish, man. It's a message. Like the artwork corresponds with the whole thing.
It's mad. We're going to be playing it right here on Total Exposure for the Culture. We are going to be for sure. I can't wait to play that in my car. Like I feel like, you know, when I'm driving is my I'm listening to music.
Driving home from work.
Yeah.
It's got to pass the driving test, man. It's got to pass this driving test. It's not 50 road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Daddy Makes Soul, be yourself in the house. We love you when you come and support us. Daddy Makes Soul says he's fully on that for the cypher. Yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
He's another amazing artist. He's like, I've never heard an artist who does spiritual, conscious grime music. Like he's freaking incredible.
Yo, Phoenix, coming from a producer, mate. Yo, that shit's hard. what you done.
Thank
what
you,
you're
bro.
doing. That's
Shout
how
out to Husky Brown for that, man.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, Husky Brown. So you did say something. You said, Finn, listen to the album start to end. It's a story. Talk us through your creative process in creating that story and that album.
Oh my freaking goodness, boy. Like, all right, I'll tell you this, yeah. It's like I used to be a civil servant. I worked the cabinet office, all of that, yada yada yada. And then I just, Spirit was just talking to me and saying, you know what, you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You got to fully lean on your art. You need to go for it. Do you know what I mean? My missus was supporting me the whole time. I went out, shot in my CDs, pressing up all my music and just hitting the roads with my brethren, Cloud. I was, going from Bristol to Brighton to Manchester to freaking Amsterdam, selling my music, just living off of that. And I really had to it was the first time I had to lean on my art, you know what I mean? To feed myself and my kids and shit, man. Like, I really had to believe in myself. And it got to the point where, like, that kind of run its course. And it was like, right, now you need to do an album. You need to do this album. It's time for you to do this album. I'm like, yeah, but where's the producer, man? Where's the thing? Like, you're telling me to do this. Like, what is it? I'm like, I got no peas. Like, I'm just relying on this freaking thing that you've told me to do. Like, what am I to do now? Do you know what I mean? It was a fan of mine. He paid for me to do, like, he paid me for a verse. I did the track. He brought the studio to my house. He said, listen, I fucking love you. I'll record the whole album for you for free, Nice. So we're doing it. We're recording the album. It wasn't sounding quite right. My brethren, shout out to Revogue Records, because up until this time, me and Husky Brown, I met Husky Brown on Instagram.
Wow.
I did a show. Yeah, I did a show supporting Doppelgangers. It was the lowest I've ever got paid for a performance, man. I'm used to getting paid like, like £300, £400, £500 a show. I took £50 for this fucking show. I was like, I'll take anything. I'll fucking take anything. Do you know what I mean? So it was only that I did that show and it got recorded and retweeted that he saw it and he hit me up and said that guy is fire. So then I ended up meeting my producer. He's from Manchester, by the way. We ended up connecting. I was like, yeah, man, send me some beats. I heard all the beats. I was like, yes, this is the canvas. This is the right canvas, right? So I'm writing. I wrote all of the whole thing. It was like, right now we need to record. It's like I'm talking with God. I'm like, right, so what do I do now? I've written everything now. Nothing else for me to do. I can't go any further. It was like, right. My friend didn't end up coming from nowhere and he's like, yo, I'll record the whole album for you, Come to my studio. Come to the studio. He's the one I did cinematic with. He's the one I did cinematic. That was his first, as a record label, that was his first product that I did like 7 years ago. Wow. So it ended up coming back full circle and was like, because you did that for me, like, and we're brothers, like, I would do that for you. So we recorded the whole album. And me and Husky Brown was like, how are we going to get this shit out now? How are we going to get it out? I said, you know what? The universe has to deal with this now because all this time I've been putting in my hard work, money, and I've been doing it. Now the universe has to do it. Like, you led me up here. Now you got to do it. Chatting to my brethren said, bro, you're going to have to do this all by yourself. I said, nah. It's time for the universe to pay up. I've been putting in too much time for a payout. So the same brethren who told me I have to do it myself ended up coming back 3 days later, said this record label's interested in you. Wow. And they put it out.
Look at that.
They put it out.
Put it out there and it came back.
The music video was shot for me for free. Shout out to Global Faction. It's the best video I've ever done. This year has been the most powerful year of my career. And it's, I fully lent on my art. Fully lent on the universe, fully trusted in the heavenly divine. And it's the most, I couldn't do it just doing a 9 to 5 and doing it. Like, it's the fucking miracle. This whole thing.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it as well.
It's
That's
a
good, man.
fine time.
That's good, man.
God's on it.
Butch Cassidy in the house.
Welcome,
No,
Love, man. All right, I'll just go. I know I talk a lot, man. I'll be very quick about the album, yeah? You see the actual album cover, yeah? If you look on the album cover, on the left-hand side of the cover, you see it's really dark and grey. And on the right-hand side of the cover, you see it's like light and everything. You kind of see the old decaying world on the left and a really bright world on the right. That's exactly how the album is. It starts with a track called Shake It Up, which is what's happening right now. It's all shaken up. The whole world is shaken up. Yeah. And then it goes into Judgment Day, Sins of Gaia. And then, you know, it kind of goes, it's like a whole story. And then at the end of it, like it ends with tracks like Mr. Shine and Love for Free. So it's the cover reflects the
album.
The track, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
we love
the whole thing.
Our resident DJ. I know you got something to say, Butch, because he's just fire. Come on, come with it, Butch.
I caught the performances. You said something just now, Jay, when you said that true old school authentic rap, and to me now I think that alone within itself in hip hop is an art form within hip hop. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you've got it. You've got it. You've got it. Don't, as you said, it's your lane. It's your calling. Don't come out of it. I've just zoomed in on your cover. That artwork is sick. Yeah. Sick. Like you said, and you said it right. It tells a story itself. And if anything, you know what I heard and whatever, I'm getting in. But no, thank you for sharing, brother. Thank you for sharing.
Guys,
hey, Husky Brown is actually tuned in as well. The producer of the album, Brian Shaw.
Yeah.
One love, Brian Shaw. We suffered together, bro. We suffered together, bro, and we did it, bro. Love, man.
Thank you so much, Phoenix, for coming and blessing us. Proper like goosebumps listening to your music, the vocals, the lyricism, literally taking us back. Guys, go and download the album now, Panacea, on Spotify. Phoenix the Icefire. You can go find him right there. I've got it up on Spotify. If you need to have a look, right there, guys. Go and stream.
Download the album.
Yeah, and go follow him on Instagram as well. Instagram, which is right there at Phoenix the Icefire, and we're gonna do it. That Cypher Gems. That was a great shout. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
We are.
Yeah. We're freestyle off the head. That kind of steez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Phoenix, for coming on.
That is exactly what I love.
Super talent.
And thank you for coming with the story as well. It wasn't no wishy-washy. I just fell into it. You said, right, that it was your calling, like the divine said. And you said, no, I ain't doing nothing until the divine meets me where I am right now.
Yeah. And that's difficult to do, man. You've done well.
It's very
well.
So shout out to yourself, guys. Go follow him right now. Phoenix the Icefire. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. We appreciate it.
Love, Queen. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love.
Thank you. Guys. I love it.
My soul feels filled.
Literally.
That's what happens.
Go on, sorry, Butch.
No, I said that's what happens when you get that authentic, like real grit. That his story alone, just hearing it, you know what I mean. That grit, that you know what I mean, from the earth, from the ground up. You know what I mean? First video, nothing. The production, people, you know, lending their time to his art form, and as he said, he lent on his art. And then he opens his mouth, and you can just hear that it's coming from a slightly different place. And I think. Sorry, I got to zoom in. I got to remember everybody's name. The producer, what's his name again? Sorry, I can't see. Flash. Yeah, Flash was. I think he was saying it earlier that there's a gloss who was saying it earlier? Was it you that was saying it?
Yeah.
That there was a gloss, over
Yeah.
over the music now, and it sounds totally different. And look, after you said it, we get an original, authentic taste of how where it comes from and how it should be delivered. Not saying that the new wave, can't be the new wave, but there's lessons to be learned to say, elements could be taken to sweeten up what you're delivering. And this is what Total Exposure is about, man. Just keeping it 100% true.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly that, keeping it 100% true and authentic to yourself. I just like the faith that he had, as Butch said, in his art form, to stand in it. And look how much blessings came after people doing things for free, people coming in divine signs, because he believed in his art form. So yeah, we love it. Let's bring on our next artist, Cindy. Who have we got on next?
So our next artist goes by the name of Yezi Yeza, who is a female rapper hailing from Southeast London. She's very talented. She's currently got a single out called Double Double, and her latest single, Trendy, talking about the grittiness of her real life. Let's bring on Yezi Yeza.
Yezi Yeza. Hey.
Hello.
Yezi
I don't know if I'm on. I'm live.
Hello.
Hi guys, this is some complex stuff. I've done some Insta lives, but this is next level stuff. So yeah, please excuse me. This is
no. It's nice to meet you, Queen. It's so great to have you on the show. And be able to hear your craft, hear your creativeness today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, where do I start? Okay, you pretty much summed it all, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm from Southeast London, so yeah. I've been doing music for a couple of years. I've been rapping, I songwrite, I also executive produce songs for other people. I write for other people as well. So when it comes to this music stuff, it's a proper love, and I direct my own videos as well. It's proper love when you like to kind of encompass all the things that make these things come to life. So I enjoy the process from the beginning to the very end.
No, that's
nice. That's nice.
What made you get into rap, and why did you want to go into rap?
If I'm going to be honest, it's my ego. Which I've got a better hold on now, but this is the exact story as to how I like to say pride got me into rapping. So this must have been Family U days, music class. I was an MTV based type of girl. I did not know about grime. So a bunch of people were like, yeah, did you see that new video on Channel U? I was just trying to fit in. I was like, yeah. They were like, oh, you listen to grime? I was like, yeah. Don't know what grime is. Oh, so you rap? I was like, yeah. All right, cool. Battle me then. Lunchtime. I was like, shit. So I had to come up with the quickest, shittest 8-bar I've ever come up with in my life. I lost miserably. And then my friends were like, nah, man, you can't go out like that. I was like, oh, you're right, So I was like, no, I'm actually going to write some proper bars and come back. So wrote some proper bars, came back, battled, and everyone was like, oh, wow, you're actually good. So then I joined the crew in school, and then ever since I've just been writing. So shout out to Samuel for embarrassing me the first time.
That is a story. Wow.
Well, I love that, and I like how you touched on that you were an MTV girl, not a Channel U girl.
Yeah.
So it basically put you into a whole new world then, because as you said, you had no clue about Channel U, much less grime.
Yeah.
And it pushed you into that world, and now look where you are. So it don't matter if you lost that first battle, girl, you here now. Where did you go from there? So now you've done your first battle where you actually won. What was your next step? What was your next move?
The next step was basically just sharpening my pen, because back then, now people get people to write for them. It was kind of a taboo, no one really says if someone's writing for you, but back then it's you write your bars or you don't get to spit. So from then it was about learning the craft, learning hip hop, and all the elements that made hip hop. So I tell people all the time, I'm a child of hip hop because I love the culture, not the genre, but the culture that makes hip hop. And you have to respect the penmanship of a lot of people, so rappers in particular, from MCs, DJs, producers, beat makers. These things make some very legendary soundtracks to a lot of people's lives, not just mine anyway. So since that battle to now, I've been taking songwriting so much more seriously, because rap isn't just about punchlines. Like anybody can rap. Then there's levels to this of rapping well, and you can play with flows and punchlines and structures. But my goal for the last, I would say, 2 years has been trying to make good songs, good records that people can resonate with. So down to writing the hook, the chorus, the bridge, even being a bit more picky with my beat selection as to, you know what, this sounds like a freestyle, but this sounds like a record. And what type of artist I want to be.
So that's a good transition. What artist is it that you want to be?
I want to be an artist. Okay, so growing up, my mom had Mary J. Blige album after Mary J. Blige album, and I used to jack them a lot. She used to cuss me a lot, bun me, the whole lot. And the reason why I loved Mary J. Blige was because I felt like I could be shameless when I'm listening to Mary J. Blige, because she puts her heart on, she just puts her heart there. Like, I've been through this, I've been through that, which is another reason why I love Lauryn Hill as well. And Queen Latifah's and Eve, because they'll say, listen, can I swear? I don't know if I can swear. I don't know. I won't swear. Yeah, cool. Okay. These are women that are like, you know what? I fucked up, you know, chose the wrong guy, did the wrong thing, but you don't have to do that. So hearing that in secondary school was like, okay, it's okay to make mistakes, but like my big sis that I'm listening to is telling me, okay, this is how we go forward. So as much as it is good to just put down bars that are just heavy and sound good, I do try to kind of code my language a bit so people can understand there is somewhat of a message there. And being in business myself, I do like to let people know about, you know, there are other ways to make money and cool ways to make money and how to save your money and the legal way, and even down to just nutrition and different ways of being a boss that we might not always get to see in the hood, because we sometimes only get presented with one image of being boss-like.
I like that.
Yep.
So do you incorporate that in your music, or is there something that you do on the side business-wise that you share that message? So in terms of, like you said, how to save your money, how to spend your money, how to do something legally, like, is that something you put into your music, or is that something you do on the side as well?
A bit of both. So sometimes I can use playful ways to say, you know what, like, for example, this whole Birkin conversation right now is, I don't know about you guys, it's a bit boring for me about Birkin bags. So for me, I'm the type of person that would be like, listen, you can ask him for bags, I'm asking for a house, just playfully, because I feel like people get that more as opposed to me kind of preaching at them. So on the music side of things, if there's something you're going to be kind of bossy about or kind of bougie about, be bougie about property and things that appreciate and don't depreciate.
Right.
And then on the other hand, thank you. On the other hand, I do have this particular, do I want to call him my young, he's like 12 years old. So shout out to him, he might be watching. I spend time with one individual, this young boy, because I feel like he has a lot of potential. So I take him around to me on video shoots, to the studio. I own my own business as well, a security business. So I take him sometimes when it's not too late at night, like sometimes the afternoon kind of morning shifts, just for him to kind of shadow me, see how things are done, how much work it takes to actually get stuff done in life in general, and just be more realistic. And I just never want to see him in my area, him just standing in front of the chicken shop, because I know what happens when you're just standing in front of the chicken shop. So sometimes I got to be like big sis, like, yo, home time, or do you want to come roll with me? I got something to do. All right, cool. Just so he's not in that environment.
Definitely.
I like that.
Commendable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, we love that. So let's get you into a performance. We want to hear that good shit.
Well, I got stuff out now. The song that I'll do right now isn't out. It's called Fiverr.
Ooh, it's an exclusive.
Worldwide exclusive. Worldwide exclusive.
This song is called Fiverr, just to give a little context on it. Again, this is another one of those things that I kind of like to make it easy for people to listen to. So you might not catch it until afterwards. But it's basically talking about growing up, and in our community, we fall, I don't want to use victim as a strong word, but I just feel like nutrition is important in our communities. Let's say lower income communities. And I feel like it's unfair that we've had to always grow up with either betting shops or chicken and chip shops.
Yeah.
And both of them are killing us one way or another.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why this one, Fiverr, that's what it's about basically. So yeah,
I love that. It's a different type of message.
Thank you. So let me just get that up. Let me know if you can hear it as well.
No problem.
I'll go straight into it.
Okay.
Oh, Siri. Okay, cool. Thumbs up if you can hear me.
Used to spend a $5 on chicken and chips. Me and a real one, you know we have to flip. If it gets sticky, then you know we stay itchy. Never stay squishy, never stay twitchy. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty.
You know we rise from the rubble, coming out of trouble, bursting out like a clock bubble. Chameleon there with the flag, cause you know they love to stare. Head not the tail when the mission can't derail the glass ceiling gets lower. My people get colder, die from oppression, then we die from corona. Found the truth like Tutuola, so we lifting every boulder on that woulda, coulda, shoulda told ya.
Used to spend a $5 on chicken and chips. Me and a real one, you know we have to flip. If it gets sticky, then you know we stay itchy. Never stay twitchy, never stay twitchy. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty.
Yo, I got the strength for Queen Amina. How you think I got this far? They wrote me off from birth, said my lineage was a curse. Always had shade about my shade. Used to pray for days like this, to march like this. Can't you see me televised? And they can't see why I got that ego with me. But we ain't drowning no more. See, now we shaking the shore. Things will never be the same. Can't you see me making gains? Spread the message, cause we got a
$5 on chicken and chips. Me and a real one, you know we have to flip. If it gets sticky, then you know we stay itchy. Never stay twitchy, never stay twitchy. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty. Used to spend a $5 on chicken and chips. Me and a real one, you know we have to flip. If it gets sticky, then you know we stay itchy. Never stay twitchy, never stay twitchy. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty. Cashy on the south side, riding dirty. If you look good, then I'll get flirty.
Good, then I get flirty. Hey, catch you on the south side and 30.
Oi.
Here first.
Damn, girl.
Big.
I get that fun.
Yeah, that's the
Big.
That
Thank you.
In it.
That is.
Can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah.
I know.
You hear that on radio now.
Yeah. He's right. He's 100% right. It's got that catchy thing, man. It's proper. It's on it.
Shout out to Hazy the engineer. He's magic. He's magic.
Pick him up.
When are you going to be dropping that then?
Okay, this one, because I'm a creative. Creatives can be difficult, yeah. There's a certain vision I have for it. I'm just gonna be real honest. So we're in the planning process of making sure visually I don't let it down. So I can't see a date as of yet, but it will be out soon.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well,
We look forward to it.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to play it right here on Total Exposure for the Culture.
Exactly.
Everything that's sending your way, guys. I'm sending it your way.
Nice.
No, we love that. So how do you go about working with producers? And we've got Flash the producer on here with us as our co-host today. So how do you go about picking producers to work with?
I'll be honest with you, I pick the sounds first and then I develop a relationship with the producer, because sometimes I might just hear something in passing, like maybe on Instagram or in the studio session, someone else's session on YouTube, and I'm like, what? And I send an email, and then I just go from there.
That's it. It's all about the musical connection, is it?
Exactly.
You know, no point getting to know somebody and you ain't heard their stuff, and you know, what are you connecting for? Let me hear the music.
Exactly, because I've got friends that produce, but their taste and their style might be the same as mine, and as opposed to forcing something there, I'd rather do that organically, even with features as well. I've got friends that we know we make good music together, but I don't want to force a record because we're friends. I want it to be organically,
Yeah,
that's right, man.
No, that's really good. I know that you said the song that you just performed isn't currently out yet. What music do you have that's currently out? I know that you have a music video and stuff like that. So what music do you currently have out?
Okay, so my latest single out now is Trendy. So Trendy. So the video's out on Connect House Entertainment, the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So that's on our own YouTube channel independently. And that's one of those ones that I wanted to drop the audio first, test the waters, and see how people gravitate into it. That's how I deem things. If no one's really saying anything, then I know on to the next.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm just straightforward like that. I don't want to force it on people. So with Trendy in particular, I dropped the audio and I was just getting like share after share, people DMing me, people going, "No, this is one," and I was like, "Okay, time to drop the video." So, and with that, I was a bit worried at first. Like I was kind of talking to my team, like, "Oh, I don't know how much of a gap I can afford to give from when I dropped the video." But someone in the team called Deborah was like, if they F with it, they F with it, regardless of when it drops. So I was like, all right,
for sure.
Yeah, so dropped the video and the love was even more so and overwhelming, humbling as well. And again, the shares. I'm the type of person, listen, I know no one owes me nothing. This is a journey that I decided to pursue on my own. And if you like it, that's a bonus because I'm going to do music regardless. So for people to not just comment, but to even share blessings, like I appreciate it so much. So that's the drive that if people knew how much that gives me a pump, then it's a good feeling, such a good feeling.
No, that's dope. And I like that, like you're not expecting anything, you're not expecting that you have to do it, but yeah, if people mess with it, then you're grateful for that. And I think that's so humbling. And again, like Phoenix, who we just had on, like you believe in your craft, in it, so you're not forcing it, you're just being who you are and going with it. And I love the message of the song that you just performed. Can't wait for that to come out, Fiverr. And I like your story as well. I gravitate to people who have meaning and have depth to them.
Yeah.
I think that's what I love about yourself, and even Phoenix, who we just had on, that it's not just about just performing, it's not about just looking good or having great videos. Like, you've actually got depth and meaning to what you do, and I think that's really dope. I like that.
And that's translated into your music as well. It's like your persona. I know you from your music, like really well.
No, that's dope. That's proper deep. I'm glad. I'm so glad that that's how it's translated.
Yeah. No, that's good. Have you got another track for us?
Yeah, the only other track that I'm allowed to do is Trendy. So I can perform Trendy for you.
Oh, yeah.
I
like Trendy, so it's cool. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. Video out now. So if you put Yezi as a Trendy, it should pop up. So
while Yezi is bringing it up, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Black Eyes TV7 channel, go and follow Yezi Yeza on Instagram. It's at Yezi Yeza on Instagram, and go and download her current track Trendy, which is currently on Spotify.
Yes.
Oh, down the volume. Okay, Trendy.
This CH baby.
Trendy out now. I'll also, after this, I'll talk about my new podcast show, Trendy Talks, as well.
Look, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, like a button, touch a button, we can start something while you frontin'. Acting like a main, I ain't whipping up a main. Would you for one thing, get straight to the membrane. What about my money, whispering that I'm sweet like honey? I already know, honey. Make her bounce like bunny, rub it up like tummy in your mouth like dummy. Real boss, you can never catch me bummy. Been in the dark, nowadays it's all sunny. Where I'm from, we don't make it out sunny. Only keep it real around me, just like Sully. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, understand this. Everything crisp. Cause we said so we had to get the dough. When we get it, we flip it and then we ship it international. Couple kings and queens from the capital, so you know we fashionable. When we grow the capital, the West would never know. They bounce around the globe, getting it just how we know. Got a couple scenes, so you know I had to sow. Watch it grow. Ace with it, so I keep a low profile. Mommy made sure we never put a single trial. You can't style on me, original bourgeoisie. The kind of gem that you only find in the SE. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy. Brown like Fendi, we can get friendly. We can get friendly. If you wanna friend me, yeah, you know I'm trendy. Yeah, you know I'm trendy.
Shout out to Giselle on that one as well. It's a funny story how she ended up on the track as well. Very funny story.
What's the story? We want to hear.
Funny to me at the time because I was literally pulling my hair out. But so with this song, I needed like backing vocals for the hook. Yeah, you know I'm trendy, that bit. So originally had a singer, arranged to do studio time. You know what? This business can be very hippie haggard sometimes. So got to studio now. She's ghosted on me. She's done a straight cast for the ghost. And I'm like, oh my God. Then the engineer at the time, shout out to Vic Tizzle. He was like,
oh, yes. Vic
you know Vic Tizzle? Shout out to Vic Tizzle.
My guy.
He was like in the waiting room and he was like, you're right, yes. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do to just go when I see her. Like, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm rocking back and forth like, yo. And he was like, I got a singer in my session. She can sing on it. I was like, what? You sure? Mind you, I don't know who she is. I was like, I'll just get anybody. But then he was like, with
networking at its finest.
You know, that's literally what he said. So I go in the room, it's like a bunch of guys in there. I'm like, oh, kind of intimidating. And she was like, yeah, well, let's hear it first. I was like, okay. So I played the song. She was like, you'll sing on this. I was like, whoa, okay, good. So then that's how Giselle came on doing Trendy. So shout out to her.
Pick up yourself, Giselle.
Big up Giselle.
Big up Giselle. Big up Vic Fizzle. Big up the whole team.
Everything working in divine time. Like, imagine if you were there, what would you have done?
Exactly. So you see God, yeah. Oh, shout out the video. You see God, yeah. I don't question him anymore.
Yeah.
What's the question? And I found that it was foolish for me to question God. It's like the old thing. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because he knows what he's you.
Yeah,
it's so true. Guys, that is Yezi Yezza's Instagram. It's at Yezi Yezza. Follow her now. I've also got her Spotify up as well, so you can go follow her on Spotify.
Thank you.
And go download her track. Her chat Trendy. And you did say there on your Instagram you can see Trendy Talks. Tell us about Trendy Talks.
Okay, so no shade. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. But I just feel like, well, Trendy was doing well, and I thought, you know what? The team was like, listen, Trendy's got to circulate a bit more. You got to hold fire on any songs you got. I was like, oh, but I can't just leave people with nothing. And I've been wanting to do a kind of podcast / show for a while. And one thing that's always bothered me about our community and just in general, let me not marginalize just our community. I just feel like we need more challenging conversations targeted towards us. And I'm tired of hearing about who should pay on the first date, light skin, dark skin, just trivial conversations that I just feel like we've gone past this. There's so much more going on in the world. I don't want to have another 40 minutes about who should pay on the first date. You pick.
Yeah.
So, the purpose of Trendy Talks was to basically push a deeper conversation to challenge us. So the first episode I invited an artist on and was just talking to him about his music journey, how he balances a relationship in music. The second conversation was about NSARS right now, where we discussed the history of Nigeria from a political standpoint, where the direction Nigeria needs to go in now. The next episode, again, is with another young man that owns a business, to talk about entrepreneurship with him and nutrition in lower income families and the importance of that. I've got another episode talking about with someone that works in life insurance and just the importance of that and why certain classes of people feel like life insurance isn't important.
Yeah.
So I just feel like let's talk about the things we don't talk about.
Amen.
You know, because they hide the information in the books. So if people aren't ready, watch Trendy Talks, and I'll give it to you in a more easier way. So yeah,
definitely, we love that. Well, thank you so much, Yezi Yezza, coming on, performing it exclusively for us. Fiverr, which is not out yet, but guys, if you go and follow her when it is out, you will be the first to know. Thank you for performing Trendy, which is available to download on Spotify. So if you're not already following her on Spotify, go on to Spotify, type in Yezi Yezza, exactly how it's spelled right there underneath her, and download her tracks. Follow her on Instagram, and we thank you so much for coming on, Yezi Yezza.
I've got Trendy merch on YeziYezza.com.
Thank you so much, Yezza.
Thank you.
Great music.
Thank you so much. And we will speak with you soon because you're a dope artist and we love what you're doing at the moment. So maybe the next time we bring you on, we can talk about Trendy Talks a bit more. And that would be good as well to have a conversation about that, because I think you're definitely right. Let's have conversations that actually matter.
Yeah. Thank you. And big up you guys here, because what you're doing in the lockdown, in this tier 2, tier 3, tier 1 climate right now, We need things like this. So thank you so much for providing this platform.
No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen. Have a good night, and we will see you soon. This is Yezi Yezer.
DJ Butch in the building.
Whoosh. Thank you so much to the artists. It is now our jam time. Butch, what you got for us?
Yeah.
What's happening? I'm in. Here we go.
Hello.
Yes. Well, it's the month of knowledge for some, even though it should never stop. So I've picked a couple tracks. Well, one or two tracks with a message in it. We've got some new music from some artists that Miss Chrome sent over as well.
Hey.
I found an artist that was on The Voice. He's released a new track. Is it Mile High? Mile High. He's got a new track. We've got music from Maya Craig, a nice slow jam. We've got music from a fellow DJ, Larizzle. He's got some music. So let's get into it.
Butch Cassidy.
Kicking off the session like this. Fonzarelli. This one's called King. Right here, Total Exposure. This is the jam right at the end of the show. Thank all the artists that came through. King. Phoenix, Yezi is salute.
Man, King, man, a cool man, King, yeah, me, man, I'm King, I'm fixing
Total Exposure, let's go.
Man, I'm King, man, a cool man, King, yeah, me, man, I'm King,
Butch Cassidy.
Yo, my story ain't no golden lane, and it didn't start in that slave ship. My ancestry, my core faith, and it came straight from that greatness. These gold chains is no mistake, how they drape my frame and I relate with my forefathers, my DNA, and it's in my veins, my lineage. Once upon, we sat upon that golden throne and surveyed shit. No tag-alongs, no vagabonds, we head to toe in that tailored. Street smart, but we kings, dog. I see past that road, men. Mentality, no fallacy. We several roll with Ozzy Boateng. Roots is African, Zulu action man. Say bush, but no fruit eat. It's no accident that I'm swagging like Dapper Dan, but no Gucci. I skate the earth with a certain swerve, man's been further than Junction. With a Berlin, or I'm in Perth. I carry the spirit of my function. I carry the spirit where I come from. Chest high and them fresh kicks. Salute my elders with a yes, I and a copper bangle around my wrist. Man, eat to live, don't live to eat. Man's ital and that's plant-based. No 21 talent, but the man in the village got a cane and he walks with a scarred face. Come on, King, man, a cool man, a king, yeah, me, man, I'm king, man, a king. I'm fixing my crown and respect the king, man, a king, man, a cool man, a king, yeah, me, man, I'm king, man, a king. I'm fixing my crown and wrist.
Come on.
My story ain't originate from the estate or that postcode or them grey bricks in that tower block or that small flat with that house phone. 7 kids and we top and tail in 2 beds and we bunched up. But I come from the village where the chief of the village runs things from a mud hut. And the backbone is a black woman with a crown open all free. And you know black don't crap on them, can't tell the age of my queens. Cause we sip bitters that clean your liver while topping up in our melanin. When you westernize, eat shit for dinner, but you don't recognize the conditioning. But I walk that, talk that, rule that. You can see it in my stature. I'm a lion baby, got the iron lady, and I ain't talking about fracture. Come on, bun politics, bun it like a holotip. Black monarchy, man, talk up the thing. And I philosophize with a scholarship, with a keen mind and a step cut. Like D-double on a set, bruv. It's Dave Storms, it's Jay Huss, it's me, dog, it's Skepta. It's straight shells and rewinds, that's behind this kinship. When you deep the rhymes, we the reason why we personify this king shit. Come on, a king.
Man, a king.
King, man, a cool man, a king.
Sending out that message, Fonzarelli King, right here, Total Exposure. Winding down another show, another week. Your boy Butch Cassidy looking after you.
Fix my crown, respect the king. Man, a king, 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 king. English and Japanese.
A former guest,
Nihongo Toego.
Shay Doe.
You're gonna want to put
this one's called Nani.
Come on. Nani means what?
Nani means what? English and Japanese together. Spat by a brother. Let's do this. Total Exposure. Let's go.
Nani. 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 Na na na. Nani. 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 Na na na. I'm so excited. Get up now, what did you say? I'm not sure. So when I feel like a time ago, fam, I go once in a place at the padding or with a man named Speedy Avenue. Guys can't stop me. Watch me rolling on the black Yoshi. From these shouting schools where they got me. Drop me in the pit or get mushy, yeah. These guys think being polite means you're breading. It's called fucking manners. You absolute spanner. Stand back there and try to fake badness. Man, chat air and do the brain damage. Slap that prayer and make him change grammar. Mug, I'm gonna go to summer. Shall go well, we're about to get banished. Nani. 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 Na na na. Nani. Nani. Sekai Makidari. I be that senpai bad guy. You looking like red eye parasite with a mad hentai appetite. Come to life, make a man shit it. I cannot shit it. Fam, are you silly? Shit, I got me rid of my killer without debate. There's no bars that send your art delay. Cooked, got you're chatting shit, man, smelling like cooked, rotten.
This tune stuck with me when he performed earlier on in the year. Check my email box and it's in there. Shout out Nani. Nani means what? Let's get into this one. Dark Dams, this one's called Sugar. Love the flow on this one. Keep it locked right here. Total Exposure, Butch Cassidy.
Sugar. Jano be a denuga, you are fire be a len sugar. It's my guy there, don't Papa be pali sugar. Jano be a denuga, you are fire be a len sugar. It's my guy there, that's my chica. I'm a najala pony lollipoppy. You know I love you, copy. I'm a jamala pony shelly belly. You know you love to watch on the telly. I'm a najala pony lollipoppy. You know I love you, copy. I'm a jamala pony shelly belly. You know you love to watch.
Let's go.
Pass me the wood, let me light up the fire. So when I get higher, don't go there, see the buck wires. You know my energy will never tire. Who's laughing? Tell them I'm fine. Mommy, I could be a Barbie. Baby, be my sugar, honey. Papa, big body sugar. You know what be a denuga. You are fire, be a len sugar. This is my guy there, that's my chica. Papa, big body sugar. You know what be a denuga. You are fire, be a len sugar. This is my guy there, that's my chica. I'm a najala pony lollipoppy. You know I love you, copy. I'm a jamala pony shelly belly. You know you love to watch on the telly. I'm a najala pony lollipoppy. You know I love you, copy. I'm a jamala pony shelly belly.
Bringing that vibe as always right here.
Yo, looking for a gal with a big back. Bend over, let me dig that. Big belly boy, no six pack. Number one, gigolo, niggas know. She wants it, she needs it. Says she want a sexual healing. She wants it, she needs it. Says she want a sexual healing.
That damn, she moja preacher. I'm a local geezer.
Top boy in the ends, man, a real G. And you know that the girl them feel me.
Them girls, they'll never please ya. All I wanna do is touch and tease ya.
touch, tease ya. Big daddy, I'm a big pleaser.
Big body sugar.
Go check this one out. Dark Dams with a Z. It's called Sugar. Butch Cassidy, Total Exposure. Right here, Black Ice TV 7. Straight into this one. Drew Muller. No Palaver.
Them boys talking, we don't hear my I tell them no bad vibes, I don't need no palaver. Oh my God, he's posted in the cars, call it up like I got my G's.
Bringing that fresh street music to you right here, Total Exposure.
Into designer, man, he told me that the devil wears Prada. One time I'm in the yard, but my pussy posted up in the plaza. Yeah, the bitches too tough, babe, she bump a one. And I ain't dancing, but you can pray back like tell me I drive back like it's first day. Go, baby, it's your birthday. I wanna love you in the worst way. I want you, I don't want them. I wanna work you like a long day. Hey, hey. I saw she posted in the club. Easy back her up, cause he knows she do a lot. Cause he knows she do a lot. I got another brown thing, really looking over here. Cause I'm with me on the road. Cause I'm with me on the road. I hear them and they're talking love, but don't wanna joke. I'm like, close to me whipping, got I'm thinking, oh, I'm on the road. Yeah. I step in green and they really wanna know and they ask where I go. I grab a glass, grab a eye, grab a painting, then I go. Please stay away. I got the man creeping from my mind away. Bad vibes, please stay away. I got the man creeping from my mind away. Bad vibes, please stay away. I got the man creeping from my mind away. Bad vibes, please stay away. I got the man creeping from my mind away. Yeah. Baby girl, no wahala, no palava. Just wanna give it to you harder. Then run it back like karma. I said no wahala.
Loving the production on this one.
Yeah, just
no palava. Drew Muller.
Karma. Them boys talking, we don't hear them like we don't hear that. I tell them no bad.
No, man.
Let's get into this one. Let's get a bit grittier. Artist named Danny Seth. Used to move with the LNIP. Last Night in Paris Family. Broke out good few years back. And he's back.
Follow the trend.
MITS Records. Danny Seth. This is Pop Star.
Yeah, I'm bored of the same. On the same in my playlist, make my brain sick. Wonder if they gonna play this. They wanna see me pull a matrix.
That UK street music to the world.
No playlist. And I thank my fans for all their patience. I'm going Jason, killing beats I speak on days. Like a page, running circles round these rappers, moving like a quake. Working every day, my G, I'm grinding like a skate. Then them ripped in Paris, but they fitting like they taser. Model remaining and she thinking no we date. But I cut her up like it's the service in my basement. Never play more for the I don't rate. I just get a bone and a roll like Jamaica. Pop a loud pack, you can hear what I'm saying. And my weed smell like it ain't bathing ages. Off of these clothes, now I'm not bathing naked. I just rock on, think you ain't seen the naked. On the wild flow, and then you wanna take it. And I bet my soul like I'm spitting bars naked. Open up. You got some heart, you think you something out. See you on Instagram and never see you around. Yeah, but I see the signs trying to beat me now. Beat me now. Instagram like the Goggles. Starting with DMs falling. Oh, you think you coming out?
Pop star Danny Seth. Come on.
I've been rolling since I was 17. I don't need a beat. I'm on enough my own self-esteem. And my dreams, man, they larger than the inside my jeans. Man, I replicate that bar because you're gonna what I mean. R.I.P. as a prodigy. Man, that's just is me. Man, we losing all these stars. It's like the sky is out of league. If I die while I'll be rhyming, then I'm rhyming in my sleep. But can you do me one more favor? Wipe the powder from my king. But my mama doesn't find out that the drug was me. Like I go You thought my door was down for me. Man, it's funny cause I almost didn't mention it. It's peak up. Sending shots on the internet. Sound better on my beat. Feel better under my shirt, under my shirt, under my shirt, under my.
Go check him out, Danny Seth. This is what it's all about right here. Black Eyes TV 7, Total Exposure UK. To the world, Butch Cassidy looking after ya.
On the corner in the streets, pussy creeping with
18, the number 8 and TEEN. If you haven't heard this one, this one's called Blocks Is Hot.
in the banner with a cooker.
Courtesy of Greater Heights Entertainment, Butch Cassidy, Total Exposure, nothing less.
Me on a glide in the whip, big shit in the whip, won't miss. Or doing time for a trip. Hold the camera, now we open bread. They want my demise on the strip. Don't slip, cause they wanna see you fall. I can't put my trust in the. Put my trust up in the stainless, cause these won't walk. I'm sipping them up, I got my reasons up. I got this demon lock. When they were teasing us, we got them demons up. Mommy's out. Be on a glide in the whip. Big shit in the whip, won't miss. Or doing time for a trip. Hold the camera, now we open bread. Traffic
Grabbing the cab, but I want panicking. 12 to the ride, you know I'm vanishing. That's how we always packing in, packing in.
18.
I just found what my purpose is. Juggling the music and the like a clown in the circus did. On sight, yeah, it's free. My lifestyle mad, you can make a movie. In a cabbie with a 36 over on me. You just gotta do it properly. In a ding dong, if it's red lights, ain't stopping me. If it's red lights, ain't stopping me.
Stick him up, take the food and the guap. Clean him up, I don't even need a mop. Take a shot at the cops. Shell cases dropping in the sun.
I see him speeding up, but I ain't freezing up. I put my foot to the gas. I feel a fit, I feel a fit, I feel a fit, I feel a fit.
Go and check him out. ATEEN 18 Blocks Is Hot. Greater Heights Entertainment. Right, let's switch up the style, going into a dancehall style. Can you guess who does the second verse? I'll tell you when he comes in. Yeah, and he's very hot right now. But the artist starting it off is called Version. This is called Reality.
Stop one like you can't shake. Stop one like say you don't know for wine. Whether it real or it fake, your body still look good in a real life. Shake it like a rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Boring girl, them are not my type. Girl, your body hot like fire, look exactly the same like the picture on your timeline. Girl, you don't need Instagram filter. You look good in a reality, the same way you look on picture. I saw you look in a reality, me baby. You don't need Instagram filter. You look good in a reality, the same way you look on picture.
Love the words to this.
So girl, just whine it for me. Beautiful when you smile. Oh, yeah. Girl, just whine it for me. Beautiful when you smile.
Who's this? Who's this?
See me want get your body and just explore here. Come no want see your body pan explore here. See them jeans they fit tight, me pants front still a race. One inside, there you wind up your waist. Come make me touch you like a pretty browning. See the filter make you light, I love your pretty brown skin. When
it's Chip.
Me gone swim, Lord of mercy them.
It's Chip.
They drowning. The realest skirt on. You the first guy from a surgeon. Make a movie, take a picture, keep it personal. You are like the picture, me I tap it in person. Real. Me not know what them boy them must it feel like. Me know what she feel like in a real life.
Listen, Chip now.
Feel when she ask for me type, me say, girl, you don't need Instagram filter. You look good in a reality. The same way you look back.
Time is going, I would have reloaded it, man.
You don't need Instagram filter.
The artist's name is Version, featuring Chip. Reality. Picture.
Reality, so girl, just smile for me. Beautiful when you smile. My money. Girl, just smile for me. Beautiful when
hopefully you're loving the music right here. Total Exposure, Black Eyes TV 7, Butch Cassidy there.
can't shake. Stop boy like say you don't know for wine. Whether it real or it fake, your body still look good in a real life. Shake it like a rattlesnake, the snake, the snake, the snake, the snake.
Go check that out. Go and check that out. Don't be afraid to Shazam me. It's okay. You're allowed to. Jeez. Let's slow down the temperature with some authentic R&B. If I'm right, I think she's from Manchester. Maya Craig, track entitled How I Feel. Let's hear some R&B.
I did you wrong, but nothing's perfect, oh no. I say my words from my soul that I just can't let you go. And all my pride is saying no, my words repeat, so you know just how I feel. Just how I feel. So you know the deal. I told you just how I feel. Oh, you just how I feel. Told you just how I feel. Just how I feel. Wanna come round and make you mine, boy. Other people call, I just decline, boy. Saying you, I should've wasted my time.
Who's loving the R&B flavors right now? Huh?
I wanna go around and make you wait again, 'cause I can't pretend that I'm over it. And I can't.
She goes by the name of Maya Craig.
To hold you and touch you and love you and want you. Now some other mug's here trying to claim you. Guess I bit off more than what I could chew.
That's right, 100% UK. Everything you've heard apart from the version.
Just how I feel for you. 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 Just how I feel.
Go and find her. Seriously, Maya Craig, what a track. I'm going to squeeze in this one. He was on The Voice. Mile High. I hope I'm saying it right. Mile High? Yeah. Track entitled Your Body. Right here, Total Exposure, Butch Cassidy, Black Ice TV7. Let's do this.
I just wanna be yours. We could be it forever. If you want it, babe, you can have it, babe. I can match your tempo. We could take our time. Ain't nobody quite move my body like you, babe. So let me flow into your spaces, so I can find your secret places. Baby, all I need is an invitation, so I can open it.
We got some strong R&B right here in the UK. How you mean? Well, it's in a big shout going out to Phoenix the Icefire, Yizzy is Flash the producer. Much love each and every time.
Treat you like that make yours. Getting on my toe. You never have to ask for more. I need you to be mine. You never change. So let me fall into the spaces, so I can find your secret places.
If you've enjoyed the show, like, subscribe, and share. Share. Show a friend that the show's going in. Yeah? Supporting that real UK underground talent and pushing it out to the world. My name's Butch Cassidy. This is Mile High, Your Body, winding up another jam session.
Butch Cassidy. Thank you, Butch Cassidy, coming through with all the tracks, the spice, the energy, the vibe. We love it.
Lord, my soul.
Guys,
My soul is definitely filled up.
Don't forget, guys.
Great vibes. Thank you.
You say your Shazam filled up? Is that what
Don't
you just
forget,
said?
guys. It is. It is. I've always got my phone and Shazam on. That last track by Mohai, I couldn't find it. It weren't coming up on Shazam.
Oh
I
no,
don't
that
know
is
what
an
we gotta do.
exclusive.
We're gonna have to
That
find
no,
it
you won't
another
find
way.
that. That was sent to me today. So yeah, we get some exclusives.
We love it.
All the great music coming out of the UK.
We
Loads
love
of great music.
Well, big up yourself.
Oh,
man,
it's
'cause two of those
Flash.
tracks
It is
that
so
you
real.
played,
Yeah.
You produced two of those.
No, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Big up
Yeah.
yourself.
Shut up. Yeah, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, man.
No, we love it. The guys, don't forget, we will be having for you very soon a Total Exposure playlist. So all the tracks that you hear once a month, we will be putting it on a playlist. So you don't have to search no further. We will have it right there for you. Stay tuned. If you want to keep up to date with that information, follow us on Instagram at Total Exposure UK, or you can follow us on Facebook, Total Exposure UK. If you know creative or you are creative yourself, send us an email, info@totalexposureuk.com. We thank you so much for rocking with us one more week. Butch Cassidy, you bring down the house every single week. We thank you, brother. Flash the producer, thank you so much and coming on and
for having me. Thank
and
you.
being our support.
Yo.
Pleasure,
Shout out to Drew Muller and the Dark Dams on the last two singles there. Yeah.
Love it. We love it. That is so dope that we didn't even know that wasn't even planned. That he played tracks that were produced by you.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Guys, big up the artists that we had on the show today. We had some dope artists. Phoenix, the Ice Fire, that conscious rap.
We did. Yep.
Loved it. And we also had the beautiful Yezzy Yezer. You can follow them both on Instagram. If you can remember their socials, it is at Phoenix the Icefire and also at Yezzy Yezer. If you have trouble finding them, head over to our Instagram page at Total Exposure UK and you'll be able to find them right there. And we thank you once again. We hope you have a blessed evening and we will see you right here next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. sharp for another session. Don't forget to subscribe to the Black Eyes TV 7 channel to keep up.
Oh, man. As I said, and I always will say, Tuesday is going to be a big night for me because we're going to be partying on Black Eyes TV at 7 o'clock all the way till the night. So anybody that wants to come on and wants to be invited, make sure you tune in or jump on and we're going to have some true talks. And if Butch is free, he can come and play out on the day because it's a special day for me. So it's going to be on the 3rd of November. And let me just show you quickly before we head out. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to donate because we need big artists. We need more people to come in as hosts. So, it doesn't come free. So please donate to Total Exposure, PayPal. So when you see the link, just put your money in. And don't forget that this gets repeated the day after, every Friday on Black Eyes TV 7. So don't forget, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, we're going to party. But before we party, we need some true talks. Bring out that proper talk, bring out that information, everything we're about as a people, and how can we build to making a better place. We need our creatives to push that forward. So yes, I leave that to you lot, and I'm out.
Perfect.
Big up, you know, big up everyone on the show. Thank you again for having me. It's been
Thank
amazing.
Thank you.
Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure.
Thank you
Nice
for
meeting you,
joining
bro.
us once again. Don't
Nice
forget
meeting you, though.
Tuesday,
Pick
Tuesday,
up
3rd
yourself
of
every time,
November.
Flash, man.
Yeah.
We out.
And we out.
And we out.
Yeah.